What's up guys, LeopoldTheBrave here, and we just got the last character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's over. Smash speculation is finally over. At least until the next game is announced, but as far as Ultimate's concerned, it's finished, and I can't think of a better way it could have ended. I got 2 of my top 5 most wanted characters back to back. A Tekken character, which literally could have been anyone, would have preferred Jin, but Kazuya's still cool, and Sora from Kingdom Hearts. However, despite both of them being in my top 5, neither of them were my number 1. That character being Crash Bandicoot. He was a huge part of my childhood. I love all his games, even the bad ones. And this past decade, he had quite possibly the biggest comeback of any video game franchise I've ever seen. He helped create the 3D platforming genre in the 90s, and he pretty much single-handedly helped bring them back in the 2010s. Even SpongeBob got a speedrunning cult classic remade from the ground up, inspired by Crash's success. All of that, along with plenty of history on Nintendo consoles, and there's no reason why Crash shouldn't be in Smash. So why wasn't he? The big new reason people are latching onto is because of the current situation at Activision Blizzard. I'm not going to go into detail in this video, but just to let people who don't know, Activision Blizzard isn't the best place to work at. It's not something tiny that happened that everyone's overreacting to, it's something huge, serious, and genuinely bad and needs to be fixed. And because Activision's on everyone's negative radar like this at the moment, people are assuming that's the reason Crash didn't get into Ultimate. But I'll just tell you right now that that can't be the case, for 2 reasons. One is the timing, when all of this came out and started to be reported on, and 2, it would not affect Nintendo's decision at all. If they wanted Crash, they were going to get him, no matter how much trouble Activision is in. Ubisoft is in a very similar situation to Activision. They've been in it for quite a few years now, and they have quite a bit of content in Ultimate. Plus, Nintendo's still making a new Mario Rabbids game with them. Now, Ubisoft doesn't have a fighter in Smash yet, but you can clearly see that Nintendo has no problem associating with them. It's simply part of the fact that, just like them, Nintendo is also a company, and they're after the money. If putting Crash in Smash is gonna sell more Fighters Passes and get more money for Activision, both companies are gonna agree to it. But this also comes down to Sakurai too. If he sees that we really want Crash in the game that badly, he's going to get Crash in the game and not let some annoying business guy who did something terrible ruin it for the rest of us. Disney has some new controversy every single week, and you saw what Sakurai went through to get Sora for us. So yes, while Activision is in huge trouble and the state of the company definitely needs to change, it's not a reason why Crash didn't get into Smash, and it's not going to prevent him from doing it in the future. The real reason Crash didn't come to Smash is because of the timing. He was just a little bit too late. Now I know what you're thinking. Crash came back in 2017, a full year before Smash Ultimate was even announced and released. But that wasn't soon enough. To explain this, let's look at the creation of Fighters Pass 2. Recently, in a column, Sakurai explained that the pass was originally going to end with Kazuya. 5 fighters just like the first pass. Sora only got added last minute right before it was too late and everything got finalized because Sakurai just happened to bump into a Disney representative where they could work out the negotiations and everything, and then everyone's dream came true. Why is this important? Well, because Fighters Pass 2 was announced with all 6 fighters, not 5 and then just changed to 6 later on. This means that before Fighters Pass 2 was even announced, they had already long decided all the fighters that were going to be in it, plus had some extra time to get a last-minute inclusion with Disney, which probably took ages in itself. So all of the characters in Fighters Pass 2 were chosen and set in stone by mid to late 2019. So, in mid to late 2019, how was Crash doing? Pretty good actually. The Insane Trilogy was a huge success, and he just released Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. However, at that time, that was all he had after being dormant for nearly an entire decade. How was Nintendo or Sakurai supposed to know that the Insane Trilogy wasn't just going to be a one-hit wonder and that CTR Nitro Fueled wouldn't flop? How were they supposed to know Crash wasn't just going to come back for a few years and then immediately fade into obscurity again? There was just no evidence to them that Crash would be worth adding at the time. And that right there is why Crash didn't get into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was just a little bit too late. Now I know what you're thinking, what about Banjo? He hasn't had a new game in ages, but he still got in. And that's just because Banjo's been requested a lot consistently for the longest time. Despite Banjo-Kazooie being a far less successful franchise than Crash Bandicoot both back when they originally first came out and now in the present day, Banjo just had those Nintendo origins and a huge amount of requests over a long period of time. I myself, despite being a huge Crash fan, honestly haven't heard anyone ask for Crash in Smash until Ultimate. He just didn't quite have the push power from the Smash audience. So that's why Crash didn't get into Smash Ultimate. It isn't some crazy thing with Activision or some other reason nobody knows, it was just simply the timing. Crash came back from his break a little bit too late. But now, in the year 2021, Crash has more than proved that he can stick around pretty well, and there's been more than enough push from the audience. We've been heard. At this point, I feel like for the next Smash game, a spot for Crash, even in the base roster, is almost guaranteed. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have any reasons for why you think Crash didn't make it? And how likely do you think he'll be for the next game? Be sure to answer down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. LeopoldTheBrave, out.